Right. Okay. So, yeah, I was on a night out. Um, I'd went through to Edinburgh. I wasn't staying in Edinburgh at this point in time, and I'd went through to see some kind of gig, or I think it was a stand-up gig with my friend Keir. And I had no, obviously because I was just through there, not living there. I had nowhere to stay, so I was supposed to be crashing at his house. Uh,
That was nice. I'm surely nothing could have happened there. Where for what
it,
turn of
it,
events you didn't manage to
well,
live.
in a way, my alcoholism is partly to, well, I say partly to blame. It is very much to blame. What happened was he left. We were at a pub afterwards, and he decided that he was going to leave early because he was going to be working or doing something the next day. He went, "Are you coming?" Because obviously I'd be staying at his house. I said, "No, I think I will remain here
With these strangers.
on my own." At which point I'd gotten into my usual routine of just going around and searching for the dregs of people's drinks at the bottom of each glass and just pouring them together and just
Not bad.
having
Can I
them.
just point out to the people at home? Dario getting dregs from people's glass. This isn't something he just does on houses. I've seen him doing it in pubs before, and on more than one occasion.
Oh
But
yeah,
anyway,
no, this was in a bar, yeah.
all right. Oh, that's fair enough. Right, anyway,
So yeah, but I was doing it to such a, I was drunk to such an extent where it wasn't even the dregs. It was like
a
glasses that
pint.
were like half full, three quarters full, and like with the people standing right next to them, they're putting down for a couple of seconds, and I'll just sort of wander though, do 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 do. Yep, I'll have this.
I bet Sherlock Holmes
People
would have
just
got you.
looking at, yeah, it would have taken a very astute detective. um, so yeah, I'm just drinking whatever's in sight, basically. Well, not whatever's in sight, beverages that are in sight. I wasn't drinking objects. Um, I wasn't drinking tables, for example. um, maybe that's a lack of ambition on my part, but so yeah, so I end up getting even more drunk than I was at that point, and I'm there pretty much until closing up time. And it's several hours since my friend Kia
Yeah, okay. Because
has went
let's
home.
remember, pubs in Edinburgh, they're not like pubs in Greenock where we generally go. That close at 1. The pubs in Edinburgh are open till like 3 and 4 in the morning, and that's just
Yeah,
kind of bars, isn't it?
yep, indeed. So I'd only been to his the flat he was staying at the time. I'd only been there once, and I'd said I would make my own way. um, so I could remember roughly the street that it was on. So I got to the street, and it was the right street, but looking down because I was sort of all the houses looked exactly the same to me. So I was walking up doors, so
Was it? Was it?
about to knock, going, this isn't the one, then going through to the next, then go through to the next. Eventually I realised that I was too drunk, and I decided I'm going to have to phone, and I get on my mobile, and there's no credit, and the battery's going down. So much for that plan. Um, so I'm through in Edinburgh. I have nowhere to stay
No money.
with no money. That's correct. There's no money. The last of my money gets spent on the little bit of booze before I go looking for dregs. No, I had some change. Not enough for
Not enough for a
most.
hotel.
Not enough for most things. I did have a return ticket for the bus, fortunately, but not at 4 in the morning. So I'm pretty much stranded in Edinburgh. Don't know what to do. Look across the street. It's a graveyard. It starts pissing it down. Right?
Can I not remember a bit of a bus stop as well, or does that come later?
I don't remember much.
I'm sure you attempted to sleep in a bus stop first, but then you said
Oh,
because it was
I
open.
said that's correct. Yeah, I slept in a bus stop, but it wasn't fully sheltered. It was like one of the ones where it was a bit of a partition, then a bit of a roof. And what happened was it started pissing it down, like torrential rain, and the wind. It was like really strong winds as well, so it was blowing it in the side, so it was providing zero shelter at all. It was exactly the wrong direction. So, and I didn't really have a proper coat because when I went up there in the day, so I just had a kind of very loose jacket. So I ended up having to go through to the graveyard to keep myself uh, dry, although by this time I was soaked anyway, but to keep myself drier.
Dryish.
So, oh, it'll die
Moist.
down. It'll die down soon. I go in the graveyard. It's still pissing. As I'm walking, a little light of the building of like whoever, like the groundskeeper there,
Mm-hmm.
comes on, and this dog comes running out. This
I can't remember this bit.
as guard dog comes running out, I'm like, oh fuck. So this guard dog starts chasing, so I'm running about this graveyard, like,
Drunk at 4 o'clock in the
drunk at
morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, and it's pissing down, and I'm freezing, and this dog's chasing me. So I managed to get down. I get down to this little bit of the cemetery, which is pretty much unkempt. It's like no one even bothers to look after it anymore. So it's all overgrown. All the headstones are like kind of worn away.
See, if they would buried themselves in honey, they wouldn't have had that problem.
Exactly. They should have made some honeycomb. They should have laid some honeycomb down and then just like smothered them over. I'm sure it wouldn't make visitation very nice, but you know, if you want your relatives
Got a lot of
preserved,
flies during the summer.
if you want your relatives to see the 22nd century, that's really the place you have to go to. So I'm going through this cemetery. It's all overgrown. It's there's like weeds, there's thorns, there's like bits of, there's all these like heaps of wood that have been thrown away as if for bonfires that haven't been lit for ages. So I'm going through all these nettles, and there's a little alcove. It's just a little alcove in a wall, not pretty much a ledge behind some nettles. And I'm hoping I go through it, and I'm like, hopefully all the nettles and stuff that I've just walked through, the dog isn't going to be as stupid as I am and do the same thing. So the dog comes over. There's a few seconds where I'm just staring at it, hoping that it's not just going to run at me, because by this point I've just stopped and I've just given up going anywhere. And like just stares at me, just like notices its sound, just like decides it's not gonna go through a bunch of nettles to get to me. For a few minutes I'm relieved until I realise, oh, I'm kind of stuck in this, right, I kind of have nowhere else to go. I'm stuck in this crappy alcove surrounded by nettles. It's pissing it down.
And there's a dog waiting for you.
It's pissing it down. There's a dog. It's like, there's a dog somewhere else. It's pissing it down. I've got no coat. I'm gonna have to sleep here. So this is, and I can't. It's not even. Oh, it's because there's a little ledge. You can't get comfortable. So I'm just kind of like squinting a little bit, and like try to like hunch up. I can't even like stretch my legs or anything because all the nettles and stuff. So I'm just kind of hunched up, and I'm shivering like mad. I've just got a flimsy bit of a jacket. Not enough. It's soaked right through. I'm basically there till the morning. I don't think I really slept. I think I just kind of.
It was a broken sleep.
Yes, very much. I think it was pretty much the case of I just shot out parts of being awake. And I should mention at this point it was a tweed jacket, and I had my big giant beard and long hair, long scraggly hair. So I get back up. It's like it gets light enough. I decided I should probably go. When I get up, I'm covered. It's like I'm covered in bits of cement and moss and bits of grave dirt. So then I walk back out, and it's like obviously it's daytime. Like, and as I'm walking out, I'm shivering, and I'm shivering. By this point, I've gotten so little sleep, and I'm so basically so wound up that I'm just staring, having to look at the floor because I can't make eye contact with anyone because I'll just start.
This is all the commuters in the morning. They're going their walks and everything.
I'm walking through all the basically down the street, and all the commuters are looking at me, and they're just seeing, all they're seeing is this man in a kind of shabby sort of damp
a Mr. Bean jacket.
Yeah, with his beard and hair and everything all covered in moss and dirt and bits of cement. I'm just shivering down, walking down the street, and basically all the thing is that, oh, crazy homeless man walking down the street, let's give him a wine.
I bet at one point they actually thought to themselves, he looks like he just crawled out of a grave. which was surprisingly accurate.
No rejuvenation process for me. Get to the bus station, and I say I need to have something. I scraped together literally like pennies and like 10 pence because I'm looking. I'm going across to the mall, and it's a little cafe, and as soon as I walk in, like you can see everyone's turning to.
Can I just ask, along with this, not only are you freezing cold and wet and look terrible and covered in moss and dirt, You were also hungover.
I was hungover and very, very angry. um, so I'm looking at I'm trying to look for things I could have afforded. It's pretty much only a cup of tea, but it's like paid for in pence and like 10 pence. I'm at the counter getting all the change, and the cafe waitress is just sort of like tutting at me. And all the old people are looking at it. I'm just sitting shivering with this little cup, polystyrene cup.
Fingerless gloves.
Yeah. I'm drinking my tea and then going to the bus station. It's only because I had that return ticket. And then I believe I ended up in Kilmarnock somehow.
Anyway, just one thing I've got to say that. What would Tommy Wiseau say?
Tommy Wiseau, for people who don't know.
He's a legend.
If you don't know, why don't you? Yes. Writer, star, producer, director of the masterpiece, the greatest work since Citizen Kane, The Room, which is very highly recommended. Yeah.
We'll maybe touch on this film in one of the later episodes.
Maybe we definitely have to do a podcast on The Room.
If you've not already seen it, go to YouTube and just look for The Room, and watch clips, because it is first class bad, but it's good. You'll understand when you see it.
So you were asking what he would say.
What would he say when you know the situation that you found yourself in there? What would he say?
I don't know. I think it would be something like.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
You would think I was.
Anyway,
we went very BBC Radio 1 DJ there.
We did. Anyway, back to
Smash it nicely.
Sherlock Holmes.